said earlier, you're always teaching people and giving them ideas how to make money, almost said to be rich. And for me, I hate that word because it's not about being rich for me. It's about being wealthy in knowledge.
Yes.
Wealthy in the way you walk, the way you talk.
Yes.
Wealth is way more important than riches.
Yes.
And that's but we'll touch on that a little bit. I'm getting too deep here.
Yeah.
I want to go further into how you educating people, and that's why we have this platform.
Yes.
Earlier we spoke back at your place about strategy.
Yes.
What is your property? What is your real estate strategy?
So my real estate strategy, I always have three folds, right? We've got the before strategy. So the before, during, after. So the before strategy is always see the property. Go with the gut feeling, right? You need to do the numbers. Your cash flow must make sense. That's the before strategy. So what model are you using? You've seen the property. What systems are you going to put in place to make the business become a successful business? That's the before strategy. During strategy, I look at my real estate, every single investment or every single property like you saw at my place is supposed to give me 5 basic income. And I like the fact that you mentioned wealth, and we will get there. So the first is we need to have a higher rental collection rate, a minimum 95% rental collection rate every single month. So then how do we do that? So that's during strategy. The second is to create capital appreciation. So what kind of tenant are you putting in the place that's going to make sure that will look after your property so that it doesn't deteriorate or depreciate or get damaged as quickly as possible? What are the systems that you're putting in place? What are the materials that you're using? So that is the capital appreciation that we look at. The third is, how do I leverage off my property to invest? So how do I go to a bank and say, hey, this is my property, can you give me money out of it? So that's the third one. The fourth one is to profit from inflation. So how do you structure it right so that you've got a tenant that's going to be a loyal customer to you, so that even the following year when you increase the rent, they're thinking, I'm not going to go anywhere. Because you know what? That property you saw, that property I took you to, I've designed it to be a place that I can see myself sleeping there. And if I can sleep there, I know anyone will sleep there. So that is the fourth strategy. The last, which is the most important strategy, is how do you create generational wealth from that property? How do you pass it on to your kids, to your siblings, to whoever that you're working with? And that is the fifth strategy. So that is the 5 income streams I see during that during phase, if I should put it that way. And then you now go to the after phase, which the after phase is your exit strategy. So what is my exit strategy? I don't buy properties to sell, I buy them to refinance those properties. Meaning that if the capital appreciation is good, if my rental income is good, if I've created enough free cash flow on that property, then I can go to the bank and say, listen, I want to buy another building next door, but instead of me coming for $1 million, can you take this property, give me the equity portion, and then I'll go do another one. So my strategy, exit strategy, has always been refinancing.
Right. And how has refinancing benefited Echo?
So refinancing has benefited Echo in so many ways because we've been able to build so many apartments. We've grown our business significantly over the past 5 years that I quit my job and concentrated on building that big brand. Even though we've been in the property business for over 10 years, because when I started working, that's when I started buying properties, right? But for the past 5 years, we've grown very significantly. We're sitting over 70 apartments, which is great, and we could do that through the power of real estate, through the power of rental income, and through the power of refinancing.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Just before we go, you talk about biggest life lessons, and you're also a motivational speaker. So I want to close off the show with you maybe leaving some last words for the viewers, because I know that you're so well at motivating.
Okay, so the viewers, I think what you need to do, important thing in life, is you have to set goals. Number one, you cannot get to anywhere that you want to get without having a goal. So let me break it down in a simple form. You can't get into a car and drive. You need to get into a car with a mindset that I'm driving to Joburg. Right? That's the goal. And then you figure out, how am I going to get there? So I need a car to get there. Do I know how to drive? If I don't and I want to drive myself there, I need a license. So those are the things. But the bigger goal, the main goal, is to get to Joburg. So set goals. Never underestimate yourself. Believe in your dreams. Have the right attitude. The best asset you ever have is your mind. Besides God, your mind and your family. So always charity begins at home. So always, whatever product that you have, think of it this way. Who in my family, or who, and family, I don't mean just blood related. Family can be a friend. Yeah. So if your friends are not buying from you, if you cannot sell to your friends, you don't have a business. So charity begins at home.
Yeah.